All right, we got time for maybe one question because we're sort of up against the clock. So if anybody have a question for our panelists, just raise your hand. I'll bring the mic over. Nope. All right, I guess people are getting tired, right? But you guys did a great job. Great job, guys. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to have Melanie Moore, who's already up here. She's going to do her ICO presentation. So she's going to do a 10-minute preso.
First one I'm doing now after being at a lot of conferences. But I was usually always invited as a speaker for sharing some knowledge about teenagers and why they are crypto secret allies and why they are the blockchain native generation and not millennials. And actually teenagers were pushing us into blockchain and into the crypto space. Tell you a little bit about what we are doing now with WOMtoken, word of mouth token, that was developed out of an existing platform, the Yay platform, a social commerce platform. So we say the future of online marketing is adless. Of course, some might challenge this and say, hey, advertisement is still everywhere, and we see also a lot of ad tech companies moving into blockchain now. But the question is, who is still watching ads? I don't know. Here. So we see that the problem is definitely ineffective online marketing. You see 237 billion are spent from advertisers in the online marketing space. But there are huge problems. These ads are not gonna be watched anymore, especially not by teenagers. So the problem is just evolving out of existing changes, like behavioral changes. 86% of consumers suffer from banner blindness. So no matter if you're putting it on into online marketing, the question is again, who's watching it? And we have a lot of teenagers on the platform. Whenever they are asked about advertisement, they don't even see it anymore. They not even have to use banner and ad blockers. They have it pre-installed in their heads. So whenever they see an advertisement or even a sponsored post by influencers, they swipe. So they have a very low attention span, and you see attention span also shrinking everywhere and by everyone. And then you have all these tech barriers, you have these ad blockers everywhere, and 6.5 billion lost annually due to click farms and bots. So there's also not only this technology that is, in a way, helping everyone to see less and less advertisement, there are also click farms at the same time that pushing it up in a fraudulent way. So there are trust issues, and the question is again, who is still trusting advertisement, and how do especially the younger generations react to it? And 43% of consumers think influencers are inauthentic. And I can tell, when we were talking to influencers, to teenagers on our platform, we do endless UI/UX labs with teenagers in Europe and in the US. They said, yeah, when an influencer says, this is my new Tommy Hilfiger jacket by I love it. They already swipe and say, hey, this is a sponsored post. She got 10K on her account. Of course she says she loves it. So there's a huge trust issue. And so actually, the great news now, the opportunity for advertisers is you have 200 billion user-generated content pieces daily. And 1%, which is already 2.1 billion, are product recommendation, honest product recommendations. So these are people who are a real fan of your product, and they are posting across all social platforms. So this is a huge asset. It's already there. It's like golden nuggets below the earth. And the only thing that advertisers and all these ad tech companies are tracking is the data of the users. And they are saying, we deliver you the data of the users. But no one is really yet digging into this gold mine, this diamonds beneath the earth, which is user-generated content by real brand lovers. And so we are digging into this 2.1 billion word of mouth recommendations that are made every day and that are not monetized yet. So actually, if you look into word of mouth recommendations and what is really driving sales, then twice as much people are purchasing after an honest product recommendation than seeing an advertisement. So that said, if you look into the whole spend from marketeers and from advertisers, 237 billion, 50%, this is the market size that we're looking in, would be in a way better allocated to word of mouth content, which is 120 billion. So we will definitely see a shift from advertisers moving into this space, making this content valuable. And it is the oldest marketing existing. Word of mouth peer-to-peer recommendations are since ever on this planet. But the question, or the great thing about blockchain now is, now through blockchain, we can record it, we can trace it, and we can finally make it valuable for the advertisers. This is how WOM works. Sound?
Money. Enough to turn social media platforms into billion-dollar businesses. But the revenue should go to the people who create the content, who make the recommendations. This is where WOMtoken comes in. The easiest, most transparent way of rewarding casual content creators for brand advocacy. So how does it work? Take Megan. She's at the mall. She records a video about her favorite sneakers and posts it to her social network. The WOMD app connects her video to the sneaker company. Every time someone engages with the video, Megan is rewarded with WOMtokens. Now Megan can afford those sneakers. This is possible through blockchain, which records and rewards all engagement with Megan's video to make sure she gets the revenue she deserves and the brand gets the recognition it needs. That's WOMtoken. You're welcome.
So this was a short explanation of what it is. So we found out, we have this social commerce platform, I will show this in a bit, where we have peer-to-peer product recommendations by teenagers already every day. And we took the learnings out of our own social commerce platform and said, what's the essence? What is the great thing about a product recommendation and how do we need to measure it? So we found out there are actually 3 things that show that this is a good word of mouth, a good product recommendation. One is we need to measure trust. We need to measure honesty. So just if you are honestly, by heart, really loving a product, then it is a good product recommendation. Not if you got paid up front. Not if you got 5K on your account to promote a product. You need to come up by yourself and say, I love this sneaker. The next thing is you take a lot of, with your recommendation, you are able to create desire with me. Now that I saw your recommendation, I'm also falling in love with this product. And the third thing is, how did you do that? Because you put effort into recommending it to me. And it could work with every kind of content, with a text, with a picture, and with a video. Video is our platform, it's video-based. And if you create a video about a sneaker, do you show it from all sides? Do you really show me all the features of this great product? So these 3 things we are going to measure. We are going to measure in our own app in the first initial stage. We will show you a great UI UX how to measure these 3 things from an audience perspective. But then we also implement a curator, a validator system. So there are always influencers in this space who can help curate honest word of mouth content, and they will need to look into the content and also measure it at the same time. And so we have an incentive scheme prepared for curators and a rating scheme also for the audience. And that's in a way the WOM economy. I don't dive now too deep into this, but actually we have 5 participants in the WOM economy. A, the advertisers who are paying for word-of-mouth content and incentivizing the creation of honest word-of-mouth content. Then we have the content creator. We have the platform that is also making money out of delivering a great interface to find word-of-mouth content and to validate it. We have a content curator system that needs to be implemented, and of course we have the consumer. And these are the participants in the WOM economy who can earn through word-of-mouth content. So the great thing is we already have a platform, a birth giver, the first platform that can immediately show how the WOMtoken is working. And so we will issue a token and it will be on the platform immediately. There won't be any friction between issuing the token and seeing it coming live. So no 5 months ahead we will show you the first use case. It will be immediate. And so this is the Yay platform. We have 170,000 lovely registered teenagers on the platform from 160 countries. So again, thinking about scalability, it has the right size. We are not a multi-million user platform because it's a very fresh and young platform, but it has the right size to be a good use case on the existing infrastructure technology available. This is what we discussed before. You cannot immediately put Snapchat, on the blockchain with this high traction. And so this is how Yay works.
Move back to the future.
So we already have a point system in place, and this will convert into a token-based system. So our strategy, go-to-market strategy, we are laser focused on starting with up-and-coming social platforms. So social platforms that are just focusing on the Gen Z market. Forget about millennials. I'm talking about 25 down to 15 or 14 years old. These are, again, the early adopters of crypto. Actually talking to teenagers about crypto, they have the feeling they are already in crypto since many years. They are in their games, they are getting incentivized with digital assets and digital goods already since years. So they have the feeling what they are doing on platforms is valuable and they want to be incentivized. But they don't want to be prepaid because they still value honesty and authenticity. So we are starting with our birth-giving platform, Yay, in the initial stage from scratch. We already have other platforms that will follow on, again, focused on the Gen Z social networks that are out there. Just a quick example, we have a kind of anonymous Twitter version that launched also out of Europe. They have 600,000 daily active users already, and because it's a teenage social platform, it's founded by a teenage CEO, and like a lot of teenage CEOs, they don't think in the beginning about monetization. They just want to create a great product, and that's where they're good in. And so we now approached them and said, hey, this is a way for you to immediately make money, to really monetize your platform. So this is where we are getting started. And then, to be very honest, I could imagine that WOMtoken as a protocol implemented in the Snapchat ecosystem would be the savior of Snapchat, because Snapchat so far has went, in my sense, in the wrong direction of monetizing it. Advertisement is not working on Snapchat. It's just not a good fit between all this beautiful, honest content that you find on Snapchat. No one is going to the story segment, and Snapchat had already to lower the advertisement rates because no one is watching advertisement on Snapchat. So this is our go-to-market strategy. We have a roadmap. You can find this in detail, again, also on our website, WOMtoken.io. But let me now talk, first time that we're talking about distribution, and I'm very keen to get feedback for this. So versus a lot of other ICOs, we are selling 35% in a crowd sale to interested token purchasers in a token generating event. And we are very eager to keep 35%, not for ourselves, really just for incentivizing and fueling an economy of content creators and curators. And we need to incentivize them from scratch. So this fund will be used over, in a way, 20 years. I can show you more details how we are going to use it. We have a full, besides the white paper, a full economy paper in place to show the investors, to show the purchasers of the token how we are distributing this 35% wisely. And so you will see we're just taking a bunch for the team and for Yay as a first birth giver, so the allocation of this is very low. This is what we're doing.
The WOMtoken is coming. Now you can be part of this exciting project. We want our token sale to be as open, fair, and transparent as the WOMtoken itself. That's why we've chosen a distribution model called the Dutch auction. Bidding will start at an intentionally high initial market cap, which will drop quickly at first and then more gradually, until it reaches a final price for everybody. If you come in early, you'll still pay the same price as everyone else. Easy and fair. That's WOMtoken. You're welcome.
So we are doing a Dutch auction. I know not a lot of people yet might have heard about it. It's not yet very common, and I'm wondering why. I don't understand why all these other projects are setting a price. How can you always set a price, for the token? Why not letting the investors price it in? And I saw so many projects selling the same amount of tokens. 1 billion tokens is now the common thing. And then they are saying, the price is somehow, 5 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. Why can projects that are so different, one is doing real estate on the blockchain, one is doing insurance on the blockchain, all have the same price and selling the same tokens while doing so different stuff? So we decided, no, we conquer it. We are very bold. We are starting with a 10 million soft cap because we are already a very well-funded company. We are a reverse ICO. I have amazing investors in Yay that are backing this, and they are from all over the world. So we have doing this sales mechanism, which says, okay, you're starting at a very intentionally high price, which is 350 million. It goes down over 2 weeks to the 0.03 cent, which is a 10 million soft cap. And investors can come in whenever they feel comfortable, and whenever the 35% that we are selling is matching with the line, this is the price everyone will get. So even the investors who came in early at a high price will get the same price as the last person who purchased the last percentage. So it's a totally fair system, and the only, of course, advantage the others are having that came in earlier, they purchased at a higher price, getting the last lower price, so they are getting more tokens. You do not know how many tokens you're getting in the beginning, but you know you get in and you get the same price as everyone else, plus potentially a bonus if you came in early. So we are coming just to the team, a team of very experienced senior C-level people from ex-Vivendi, Universal Music. Clemens built the Facebook of Germany once. He is a serial entrepreneur, also investor in the social and marketing space. We have a great token economic expert on board, Daniel, who really helped us now for 7 months to build the white paper, whole token economy. I'm super proud. We have one of a new genius on board in blockchain development. He just decided to join us full time. We already have an ERC20 token in the testnet live and have a whole architecture of smart contracts as skeleton. And additionally, we have amazing advisors, because when the teenager said, we want you to create a token, I was so happy that I could knock on the door of our neighbors, which is Parity. We are in Berlin sitting in the same office space with them. And the co-founder of Parity and Polkadot, Björn Wagner, joined as advisor from the beginning. So we really worked diligently on a white paper on a token economy together with him. We have Samson Lee, who just recently joined, who is currently helping me with setting up great partnerships in Asia. We have Hartesh, who is the co-founder of Hosho, one of the leading companies in blockchain security and smart contract auditing. He barely goes on any advisory. I haven't seen him actually on one. And so we are very, very proud and honored that he was joining us and sees a great product coming along. And so here are a lot of Eilert Noff. She's an ICO PR strategist. She was named by Forbes magazine as one of the top 5 female rock stars in crypto. And we have Jan. Actually, he's also German. He's the CEO and co-founder of Kodak Coin. And I know everyone was kind of very skeptical about why is Kodak doing a coin, but this is the first SEC-approved way. He did it the completely SEC compliant, and he said he gained a lot of experience now in running this path. So should we consider this? He is definitely on board helping us. So we have amazing people on board in helping us. And additionally, I have a secret weapon no one else has. We have the youngest advisory board a company ever had. I selected 10 teenage top entrepreneurs advising us in product strategy. And these are these teenagers. Sorry, need to go back. These are these teenagers. They were already in the Forbes list 30 under 30 when they were 14. So Itai was in Israel in this list. Alex created the biggest teen entrepreneurship conference on this planet. He was just recently doing it in Hong Kong. He was also doing it in Berlin, in New York, and in various cities around the globe. These teenagers, Harshita Aurora, created the most beautiful crypto price tracking app on this planet. She's already an MIT student with 16. So these are fabulous teenagers that are guiding us in product strategy and that are the ones that pushed us into tokenizing the consumer and into tokenizing word-of-mouth marketing. Thanks for listening.
All right, great job. Unfortunately, we're up against the clock. We have lunch, but I want to thank Melanie for doing a great job. But last time I saw you present actually was in Barcelona. You were at the Mobile World Congress, and she had a line around the block waiting to talk to her. So feel free to come up and talk to her. What we're going to do is we're going to break for lunch, but I want to let you know that the panel on after the ICO is going to take place after lunch. So go to lunch, but come back in a timely fashion because we've got a ton of content for this afternoon. And we're looking forward to seeing you back here in under an hour. Lunch is in the terrace room downstairs, same place it was yesterday.